If you are in your 20s, listen carefully. I am in my 30s, and the biggest lie I believed in my 20s was that I have time. I have a lot of time. And I thought I could waste years figuring out later. But the truth is, the habits that you build in your 20s compound for better or worse. Hi, I'm Hari, your favorite data guy, and on this channel I talk about money, stats, and habits that actually make people rich. So if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Now, today I feel extra motivated to share my life experience. Now, today I really wanted to tell you something about the life experiences that I have seen in my last 20s and now in my 30s. And these are really crucial. And you know, when you go in an interview and people ask you that if you look back 5 years ago and you think about yourself, what things that you can do better? And those are the things I really want to talk about today. So hold on till the last. And this video may be the most important video that you might have watched in a long time, because this will give you a prospect. And please forgive me if my pronunciation is little shaky, because I'm not a native English speaker, but I'm trying to communicate as much as I can to make sense to you, and I hope this video can be helpful to you. And today I'm trying to give you an extra effort. So this is the life blueprint I wish someone had handed me at 20. These are the lessons that I have learned the hard way, and I don't want you to waste a decade of your life. So let's get started and lay the foundation, building the foundation with health and habits. So the first lesson is to eat healthy. You need energy. You are in your 20s. At 24, I used to live like I have a lot of time and I can eat anything and I still feel energetic. But as the time progressed and I reached 28, 29 and close to 30, I realized that food really matters in my health. I was not feeling any more energy when I go out and eat junk food, but rather I need some protein, I need some water to drink, and I started thinking about balanced diet. So don't underestimate this. You are in your highest energy level at this point, but if you don't create a habit of consuming what is optimal for your body, then you might lose that energy that you can focus on other aspects in your life that is more important to you. And it is commonly said that food is the fuel that you put in your body. So make sure that they are of good quality and you make sure that you are eating healthy so that you have energy. Lesson 2 is fix your sleep. Sleep is very crucial for your body. It actually helps you recover so that you can perform well when you wake up. I once bragged about me running on 4 hours sleep. By Friday I was zombie, making mistakes. Meanwhile, you can stay consistent and be sharp every day of the week if you sleep consistently for 8 hours or maybe more in your 20s. But make sure to prioritize it. Sleep is not laziness, it is the cheat code to perform well and to be sharp all the time. Lesson 3, move every day. Now, you don't need to become a bodybuilder, just move. Walk, stretch, lift. At 25, body forgives you, but at 35, I don't think so. You might start feeling the laziness to stay in the bed or couch for a long period of time, and this happens because of not moving your body every day. So take a walk for half-hour walk so that you always have energy to do things. Whenever I have test or exam, I usually go out and walk for half hour or 1 hour so that I can think critically. I can solve a lot of problems. And the same thing you might observe in your daily life. If you start working out, then you will start feeling the relief that why exercising or working out is so crucial. Lesson 4, protect your morning. So the first hour sets the tone of the day. Don't scroll, don't go on your phone, and try to do the priority things. If you have to take any decision, do that. If you have to make a hard call, do that. If you want to write, do that. Exercise, read, and create before you consume. It is very crucial. In my 20s, I always wanted to train my brain so that every morning I feel the pressure that I need to create first, then consume. So I can't go on phone and start scrolling because I have this urgency to do something first, and the same thing you can do in your life. And this is the trust that you will have in yourself, that you will start to remind your brain to do the same, to create something before you consume. And this takes me to lesson 5, cut any kind of addiction. Scrolling on your phone is also a part of addiction. I watched friends waste entire years on drinking, smoking, doing drugs, and these are the part of life that takes an ugly turn when it is not corrected at the right time. And this is the right time when you can change the entire trajectory of your life. I know one guy who used to be a drug addict at the age of 19, but when he went into 20s and he learned about how he can overcome this, he actually overcame, and he was such a smart kid. And I can see him in a very high position in corporate, and he's doing pretty well for himself, and not just in the corporate. And later on he quit his corporate life, traveled around the world, and then started his own business, and he's pretty successful. So don't underestimate yourself. If you are in any kind of addiction, you can overcome it. In your 20s, you can do a lot of things that you might think that it's not possible anymore. So don't become hopeless if you have any addiction. Rather, try to quit them and overcome it. There are numerous ways in which you can do that. Now, this takes me to the second phase of lessons, which is discipline and focus. Lesson 6, stop chasing motivation, build discipline. Now, I have made a dedicated video on discipline. You can check out on the link above, and I will put that in description as well. So when I was 22, I used to feel that I need to get some kind of inspiration to work. But inspiration fades. Discipline is what carries you when your motivation dies. So build it like a muscle. So when you have muscle memory about something, you will perform better. When you have muscle memory about something, like for example, waking up at 6 o'clock, then going to a walk, then you do that for 3-4 days, and 5th day you will automatically do it without any pressure on yourself. And that's the kind of discipline I'm talking about. Now let's go to lesson 7. Read daily. Reading, writing, and listening. These 3 are pretty crucial for every day. You need to understand that books are the decades of wisdom. You can make some time for reading it. If you start late, you might be amazed to know that almost every successful person reads books daily. And it's not necessary that you need to read about others. You can read about yourself too. If you are writing about yourself, if you are writing daily diary, then you can read them and you think about it, like 2 years ago, what I was thinking about doing, and today what I'm thinking about doing, and how is my progress going on. So these are all journaling you can do, but read every day, at least 10 pages. And that will change your wisdom in a year. You will have better vocabulary, you will have better grammar, and you will have a lot of words in your dictionary that you can utilize while communicating with anyone else. And you will sound smarter than most of the people. So try that. And this takes me to lesson 8. Audit your circle. Your 5 closest friends are a mirror. They will shape you what kind of direction you will go. Whether you will be a party person, or you will be motivating to compete in athletics, or you are planning for a better financial future. These all things come with your circle, the people around you. So be mindful of that. Sometimes your friend group can motivate you to do something, and sometimes they can take you to the wrong direction. So it's your judgment, and you have to be smart about it. You can't change others, but you can at least change your environment and people based on your motivation, what inspires you. You chase them rather than being in a friendship where everyone complains about their life and no one is trying to overcome it. So be mindful of that. And lesson 9, practice saying no. Now, this was one of the most challenging part in my life. In my 20s, I didn't build the backbone to always say no to everyone. For example, if my friends invite me to go out someplace and I don't want to go, then I didn't have that backbone to say that, okay, I'm not coming with you guys. And I always had a constant fear of missing out. But let me tell you that once you overcome that, then you will be a very dangerous person. You can do anything that you want to do. You can shape your life, you can change your life, and within 6 months, you can completely change the trajectory of your life. And within 6 months, if you start saying no and you prioritize yourself, 6 months is enough to make you a completely different person. And you need to remember that saying no is very powerful. And this takes me to lesson 10. Start journaling. Start writing something. Journaling helps you track progress. I can tell you example. Today I saw a video of Mr. Beast. He uploaded his video that he created 10 years ago and he published today, and he was saying that if I don't get 1 million followers, it would be like a failure for me. And now he have 400 million plus subscribers. The thing is, he tried to track his progress after 10 years. You can start today and you can track your progress for next month, maybe after 6 months, maybe after 1 year. Whenever I'm solving any complex problem, I always try to break it down and write it in steps step 1, step 2, step 3. So whenever I get lost in step 1, I can look back at the journal and think about, okay, so step 2 is this what I have to do. So I need to move out of step 1 to jump to step 2. The same way you can think about your own life, how you're progressing step by step. And this takes me to the section about your career. So lesson 11, get skills, not just degree. I know a lot of people who have degree and their skill set are very specific to theoretical subject, but I will urge you to learn skills rather than focus on your degree, because skills will give you job, and in 2025 you don't really need degree other than few specific field like doctors or lawyers where degree is needed. But most of the job nowadays, they even accept people without a degree. So if you are pursuing education, definitely do that, but at the same time focus on skill set rather than on degree itself. And you might have heard about your friends that someone is highly skilled in writing code but don't have a degree but still are earning in 6-figure or 7-figure even. And this takes me to lesson 12. Don't job hop blindly. You might have heard from a lot of your friends that, oh, I changed from one job to another job to another job and I keep increasing my salary. But salary is not everything. It is tempting to chase the next shiny job, but the real growth comes from mastering the depth. Employees see it, clients see it, and stability compounds. Become more reliable and independent in your job, and then you can think about job hopping. That will make a lot of sense since you have mastered one skill set and you want to explore the new skill set. And this takes me to lesson 13. Build something on the side. Don't just associate yourself with one salary, because you might have learned from people in 30s that how difficult it is when you get laid off or when you get fired from a job. The reality is everyone is looking for profits. So everything is evolving and you need to be updated. At least have multiple sources of income so that in bad days you have something to lean on. And that takes me to lesson 14. Learn to sell. Now we all have to sell ourselves. If you want to have a job in corporate company, you go and sell yourself. That please hire me because I can bring this on table. The same way everyone sells something to survive in this world. The better you learn how to sell, the more valuable you will be and the more benefits you will create for yourself. Sales is not just a business. It's the communication, persuasion, and influence. Doesn't matter your career. If you can't sell your ideas, you stay invisible. So always learn how to sell. And this takes me to lesson 15. Find mentors. Mentors are really important in your life. Sometimes those mentors can be invisible. For example, this YouTube video. Now, I'm not giving you a one-on-one session, but at the same time, at least you can learn from this video and make points out of it, and you can analyze in your life if I'm talking correctly or not. With little bit of mentorship and direction that you get from someone else, the trajectory of your growth can be exponential. A single piece of advice from someone 10 years ahead can save you 10 years of your mistake. And this exactly video is all about. And this takes me to the lesson on Wealth Foundation. Open your first Roth IRA account and first IRA account. Now, I delayed mine for a very long time, and I realized that I have lost tens of thousands of dollars in compound growth. So every dollar invested in your 20s grow more than hundreds. In my past video, I have talked a lot about this, that compounding is like the eighth wonder of the world. So the earlier you invest, the more growth you will see in your lifetime. So in your 20s, whatever you can save, invest and start putting in tax deferred Roth IRA account. In the beginning, maybe $1,000, maybe $100 a week, but it will grow a long way for next 30-40 years, and that will make you wealth. And that takes me to lesson 17. Avoid debt traps. A friend of mine racked $10,000 in his credit card. It took him until 32 years of age to clear off those debt. Debt that you are creating today can be handcuffed for you in the future. A lot of people talk about student loans. I will suggest you that be very mindful of return on investment. If your degree doesn't convert into the salary that you can pay off within 1 to 2 years of your loan, then think about either going to a community college or think about your skill set that you can really build to make some money out of it. Because ROI on education is really important for you. And even while in college, try to do some side hustle so that you can pay off some of your interest in the loan, so that you don't rack up a lot of money for your future self. And if you are successful in avoiding this debt trap, then your 30s will be beautiful. And this takes me to lesson 18. Build your emergency fund. In your 20s, you might face some challenging situations. For For example, job loss, or your rent suddenly increased, or your car broke down, or something can happen. So emergency fund is a safety net that you should have. Try to save up 10 to 15% of whatever you earn. Save up 6 months of your expenses and put it in high yield savings account, so that in bad days that can help you to rebuild yourself and stand on your feet. In your 20s, you are very frugal. You might not realize that. A lot of people who might show you that they love you, they care about you, but they will not give you money when it comes to the real need. So you have to build this emergency fund, and don't trust on empty words. Trust on yourself. And this takes me to lesson 19. Live below your means. That is so important. If you have a paycheck of $5,000 and if you have already planned out how to spend $5,000, then you will never be able to build wealth. If you want to build wealth, you have to either live below the means or increase your income. So always try to budget yourself well so that you don't exceed what you're earning, and rather save as much as you can. And this takes me to lesson 20. Learn investing early. Learn about ETFs, index funds, how it works. Learn about credit cards, how to build wealth. Learn about markets. And the slowly you start reading about them, there are chances that you will become more conscious about money. You will not be wasteful about it. And the feeling that you will get once you start seeing the growth of your money in ETFs or in index funds, that will motivate you to invest more, to learn more about investing, to learn more about building wealth. So start early so that your brain is wired to understand about wealth, how to build it, and how to start investing. And this takes me to the lessons on relationships and life choices. Lesson 21. Choose your partner wisely, and that's the most important decision that you will make. I know you are in your 20s, you are not the smartest person in the room, you have not experienced everything in your life, but at the same time, try to choose a person who uplifts you rather than put you down. A breakup can leave you broke, drained, and lost, but the right partner multiplies your success. So always choose carefully. Lesson 22. Don't fear being alone. Being alone, your 20s are the best time to focus on yourself, your solitude, to sharpen your skill set and self-awareness. Loneliness can be a gift if you use it in the right way. Lesson 23. Network intentionally. Never underestimate the power of showing up. But at the same time, you should be very focused, strategic about whom you are networking with. Think about the opportunity that networking can give you if you go to the right people and talk about your ideas or learn from them something. So always show up at the networking events, but at the same time be focused about which are the target people that you want to talk to, and that will shape your career. Lesson 24. Travel with purpose. Don't just party abroad. Learn, observe, expand your perspective. Culture teaches you more than any classroom. So definitely go and travel, but at the same time be intentional about it. Be purposeful about it. Lesson 25. Stop comparing. Instagram is a highlight reel. While you can compare yourself with fake perfections, but I would rather focus on comparing myself with myself. Am I the better version of myself 1 year ago? Am I the better version of myself 1 month ago? And that should be your comparison standard, not with someone else who project themselves as the perfect person on Instagram. And that takes me to lesson 26, which is based on the long-term perspective. Think in decades. Now, this is something that no one tells you, but you have to sit and think about it. I saw a video from Mr. Beast about himself 10 years in future. Now, you also sit down and think about yourself, what you want to be after 10 years, and write it down maybe. And that will help you to shape your future, and at least you will visualize what you want to be, and that will bring clarity in your mind, and this clarity will bring you the stepping stone how you will become someone you want to be. Lesson 27. Stack skills like Lego. 1 skill is good, 2 skill is better, and 3 combined can make you unstoppable. So try to acquire as much skill as you can in your 20s. That will help you the long way. And sometimes the effort that you're putting in your 20s and may not see a result immediately, but maybe in your later 20s or 30s or 40s, those skill set can help you do something that you learned in your 20s. So always try to acquire more skill set. It will help you in the long run. Lesson 29, stay adaptable. Environment changes in your 20s pretty frequently, and if you can make yourself versatile, adaptable in different situations, then you will have a winning tendency. You will manifest energy and power, and that will help you shape your career, shape your outlook to the other people. Lesson 30. Remember mortality. When you are chasing your dream, you may forget that time is not guaranteed. So don't waste it. You might think that your parents are forever, but I will tell you, in your 20s, be in touch with them if you live away from them. Call them and tell them that you love them. The same thing goes to your friends. Make bi-weekly notification in your calendar that you will call your friends and ask them how they are doing. And this habit will make you a responsible person. At the same time, people will perceive you as someone who cares. And this will help you in many ways that today you may not understand, but in future you will realize that during the last times of someone, I was in constantly touch with them. Because you will see a lot of people disappearing in your life. That's the cycle of life. You can't control it. So as many of us are not fortunate enough to have our loved ones among us all the time, so time is limited, and you should connect with the people that you care about, and at least you will have the satisfaction in yourself that in the last moment of someone you were in touch with them. And life happens, things can happen in wrong way, but at least you were aware of their situation and you were in constant touch with them. So at 20 you think you have a lot of time. At 30 you realize how much you have wasted. I can tell you this: stop waiting, stop wasting, and start building. Your 20s are the launch pad for your entire life. Don't waste a decade. Build habits, stack skill set, invest early, choose wisely, because if you don't take control of your time, somebody else will. With that, I conclude this video. I hope this video make you think deeper and you realize that you need to wake up. With that, I will see you in the next video.